Hey there, it's me, your buddy Kev. This is one of the first pine car that I ever built. I worked quite a bit on getting the finish right. It hasn't actually stood up to the test of time, but I think it still looks okay. It wasn't a very fast car, but it did, I think, win me my first judge's choice. This is another one of my early pine car builds. It was not fast either. It looked pretty fast. I went with the wood finish, and I worked really hard on the finish. It still looks pretty good after all this time. But yeah, it was not a super fast car. But it did also win me judge's choice. Here's another pine car I built. It's modeled on 57 Chevy. In fact, I used the trim parts from a plastic model, but the body is Pinewood. It's done up in the Cub Scout colors with decals for the pack and the council. This one also won me judge's choice. Here's another pine car that uses trim off of a plastic model. The body is actually a balsa wood. It's a Corvette, and I worked really hard on this thing, and as you might be able to see, there's a lot of damage to the body before I could finish it. A 4-year-old took my X-Acto knife and stabbed it multiple times, but it's still not that bad looking. It also was not very fast. None of mine are very fast. Actually, that 57 Chevy wouldn't roll at all, but it looked good. Here's a pine car that I did. It was inspired by some pieces that I got from my sister-in-law. They were supposed to be for like a space shuttle kind of a thing. So I named this one Made in USA, which is a play on Made in USA. When I stuck the nose art on there, it's kind of actually a little risque nose art, but there you go. Here's another pine car that I did. I was looking for interesting designs. The finish is glitter. I kind of like it. I didn't win any prizes or any races, but it was fun to make, and it's still fun to look at. Now, this car is inspired by radio-controlled airplane models. The body is a frame of balsa wood covered in monocoat, and it's modular, so I could make a different body and stick it on this chassis. But I guess I never really made any other bodies for it. I might have made one. I don't know what happened to it though. And this was one of my favorite drivers that I ever put in one. So here's a pine car I did. It's a weird design, basically just a can of Coke. And it's stuck on a short chassis The wheelbase had to be short because of the can length, but it was an interesting design. I kind of liked it, and I am partial to Coca-Cola over Pepsi, so there you go. So here's my final car. There's nothing special about it. It wasn't fast. The design isn't flashy. But having Jack as the driver, I don't know, I thought it was funny. So that was my final one. And those are my pine cars.